So once you're home and it's been a couple months, what were some of the tougher things to get used to?
Oh, just realizing, even now sometimes I'll wake up and think, how, is this just a nightmare? Am I,
Mm-hmm.
am I gonna wake up and it's like, okay, I'm back to my old, being able to walk, but
Yeah.
and other days I wake up and I'm like, this isn't so bad, I can do this.
Yeah.
But it's kind of roller coaster the first few months.
Yeah.
You're just, one day you're fine, the next day you're crying, you think over nothing, and
Yep. And was there a period of time where you finally felt that you were finally accepting it more every day? Or
yes.
is there like a hump that you finally went over?
No, sometimes gradually, like some days, like some weeks, I feel like I take a giant leap forward, get the ramp, do something like that, and then other weeks you just feel like everything, you're just going backwards. But I guess it was just gradually that I finally started getting the hang of everything and starting to just realize, okay, this is how it's going to be. Let's make the best of it. Like my mom, I know it's it was hard to see her go through it because I could just, she'd cry and I could just see it. You could just see it in her face and how, in her reactions to certain things. And it was just, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago maybe, I don't know what I was doing or what she was doing. She was talking to my dad and I just heard her just like gut laugh, just laughing. I'm like, it just made my day. It was the greatest. It was just the greatest to just hear her outright laugh, because the first months were really hard for her emotionally, and that maybe made me a little bit stronger because I didn't want to bring everyone else down or sit around and cry, and I'm not the type of person to sit around and feel sorry for myself. So I just was absorbed into like, okay, I'm going to be able to get in my car and be able to drive and get up and down this ramp and be able to take care of myself, dress myself, take care of, daily things like that, which when I was in some days I have to think back to that when I couldn't do that. When I think I'm getting nowhere, I have to think back, okay, you have to remember when you could not even get your own pants on, and then that's encouragement for me.
Yeah. You started out with your car now. Big step in the independence?
Yes.
What did you buy?
Monte Carlo.
Okay.
Because it had a bench seat. It's a two-door car, which they recommended while I was in rehabilitation, so that I could transfer into my car and pull the wheelchair in behind me in the back seat.
How long did that take? Was it how many months? How many months before you got your car, and how many weeks or so after?
Well, I was very fortunate. I was driving right away.
Were you?
Yes.
All right.
I got my car right away. My youngest brother, he was my guinea pig. But I was very lucky to have the hand controls. Actually, they did it in Rochester while I was at one of my therapy appointments. In a couple hours, they put the controls on the car right away after we bought it. And so I was driving right away, but the chair part,
tough?
you like have a sport chair, but mine's more rigid, so you need more support because your balance is off, everything is off.
Yeah.
So it's heavy. It's like 45 pounds.
Is it?
Yes.
Have to work on that.
Yes. Getting it, now I can do it. Yeah. But we tried it in Rochester in rehabilitation, and they actually have a car in the building. Mm-hmm. And it's a orange Mustang.
All right.
And oh my gosh.
Probably from 1970s.
Yeah. And my therapist and another therapist were there, and they were showing me the steps of how to do it. So I knew the steps how to do it, but to actually be able to do it on my own, I guess that was probably a big milestone too. Yeah. It was like I'd practice in the garage when it was snowing and raining. I would go out there with in my wheelchair and just practice getting into the car, and then getting back in my chair, and then getting in the car, and then getting the chair in. And that took a long time. Pretty much a day.
Yeah, you had time though.
Yes. Unfortunately, I haven't been back to work yet. When I was in rehabilitation, I was every day, when can I go back to work? When am I going to be able to go back to work? And that was always on my mind. And then once I realized the challenge of everything that I had to do, I kind of took a step back, and through people, they recommended take some time off and just get used to the situation, and I'm very, very glad that I did.
Okay.
The time that the summer spending it with my nieces and my nephews, it's priceless. It's priceless.
And I understand you went to the cabin quite a bit.
Yes, yes, which gave me mixed emotions also, because last year I was water skiing with my family there, and this summer it wasn't like that. But so I always wanted to be there, but when I got there, it was kind of, I love it there, but yet it was
bittersweet.
Yes, yes. So then I'd go home and I would be sad, and then I'd want to be back there. So that was an adjustment also.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that. But you know you can water ski.
Yes,
It's
yes,
just a matter
yes. And I'm getting better with those. I did go through a stage where, you know, I was like, I can't do this and I can't do that, and everyone would say, well, there's so many things you can do. You can ski again, you can water ski, you can downhill ski, and I'm like, but I know, but it's not the same. It's not like, you know, you have to learn it all over. You have to, you know, purchase the equipment, and which is very expensive.
Yes.
So and now I'm to the point where, yes, you know, I learned how to rollerblade. I was, you know, it's like you just have to purchase the equipment and you have to learn how to do it. But for a while I was very frustrated with the fact that I was doing, you know, as of last year, I was doing all this and had the equipment and didn't have to think, you know, how am I going to get there? Is this place going to be accessible? You have to there's so much more that you have to think about.
Yeah. Questions that are just, and they come up every day, I suspect.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like, you're a pro, I mean, you travel all over, but just in the beginning, just little things like going to church, can I get into church?
Oh, yeah.
Going to the grocery store, can I get the door open, or is it an automatic opening door?
Yep.
Are there steps if you want to go to a restaurant? Are there steps? Is someone going to be with me to help me?
Restrooms.
Yes, restrooms. Are they big enough to get into? Is there a handicap accessible one? But they did tell me in rehabilitation that Minnesota is one of the most advanced states, so I'm very thankful for that.
Let's take it out to about 6 months, about 3 months ago, and then compare it to now, because you mentioned that you were all the big advances, and they probably come towards a little bit further down the line, learning, and anything that has happened in the last 3 months.
Just that it's everything. You fall into more of a routine. When I first came home, it seemed like just getting up, getting dressed, showering. That was the whole day.
Oh yeah.
Well, it seemed like it.
Seemed like it.
You know,
compared to the old time when you.
Yes, when you're up, dressed, and whatever out the door. And now I can, you know, I mean, I change all the time, and it doesn't take very long, and go to the bathroom and get in the car. It's just everything. So I have more of the day for other things. But when I first came home, being only in rehab for 6 weeks, you're still a lot of things you don't know, and you're uncertain about, and you have questions about, and you're not very good at doing those things still, like getting dressed and lifting your legs. You're still weak from surgery. So I would say that that's been a big plus, is that all that stuff takes a lot less time.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get anything done in a day because this takes all day.